try to check them midday also if I possibly can, if I'm not at a client home. So trying to take control of your time makes you more efficient in the long run, and it makes you look so professional. When I call people back at 9 a.m., they're like, wow, you're the first person that returned my call. I called everybody at 6 o'clock last night. Especially in my industry. You better be on the ball, or somebody's going to think you're not very organized. Okay. Categorizing your to-dos. Do like things together. Block off time. Make an appointment with yourself at the end of the day to get organized, like I mentioned. You'll be shocked at how much easier it is to get into your new day tomorrow. If you really know, if you have to go to a meeting, then put the things together that you need to take to the meeting. And don't leave them in the car, Ryan. I'm going to tease you. One thing, you left in the car. Okay, new year, new habits, new you. That's what I put here. Piles are items that are waiting for a decision or an action. That's all a pile is. You either need to do your filing, you need to make phone calls, you need to go shopping, you need to, talk with somebody about something. That's what the piles are. Clutter is made up of items that are homeless. The paperwork is being homeless. It's homeless. It doesn't have a home, or it's waiting to be taken home. It's waiting to be put away. The pink slips in front of you ask the question, what's making you the craziest? So I get all kinds of answers from this. What's making me the craziest? A lot of times it's the piles on the desk. And the wasting time digging through the piles trying to find that phone number. Oh my goodness. Does everybody have an important place to keep phone numbers and contact information? You guys use contact management programs, you use your cell phones. Everybody, now, that's the whole thing. Technology has helped us a lot. Before we had these phones, we had to have a contact management program on our computer, or a Rolodex. Or, I do a lot of networking, so I collect a lot of business cards from the networking meeting. And I would always write on the card which meeting I went to, what was the date, because I was not going to remember looking at it 2 weeks from now. I had to write on the back what the date was. Maybe she wore hot pink, so I could remember who somebody was, or he said such and such. But we can now do it electronically, and it's portable, so we can carry it with us. So it's pretty awesome, but it can be pretty overwhelming, too, if you don't get control of it. So my business partner helps people organize their technology. And she comes to LA all the time, and I go to Honolulu all the time, so we get to help clients in many different ways this way. And we both do workshops and seminars. And like I said, we have an e-newsletter that every 2 months we share organizing tips. So if you want to receive our e-newsletter, be sure to check the box on the pink slip. There's no cookie cutter solutions. Everybody is an individual, everybody thinks and functions differently, and we create customized systems for each person we work with. If you have a backup team, helpers, assistants, whatever, then we also train them to use your systems. That way, there's never a problem. Assistants come and go. We stay there. So the system has to work for us. Okay? So, I want to know, does anybody have any questions? Did I bring up any hot subjects that are making you crazy? Did anybody fill out the pink slips? Managing tons of paperwork. That's definitely important. And the whole trick with this is to break it down into categories and try to work on one category at a time. Because if you look at, like, if somebody was going to come in, and I'm just going to talk about a completely different profession, somebody was going to come in and remodel a kitchen, they wouldn't try to do the whole entire kitchen in one day. They would work on a corner or a cabinet or a small space. So breaking it down into small categories is one of the best ways that you can do that. And I can help you with that. Interruptions cause multiple duties to pile up. Well, there's such a thing as a do not disturb sign. And there's such a thing as taking control of your own time. Sometimes when I get phone calls, I call people back and I say, I'm acknowledging receipt of your email or your call. Can I call you back? Can I make a phone date to call you back at 3 o'clock this afternoon when I can talk? Because we tend to answer the phone every time it rings, not let it go to voicemail, because we think it's going to be that potential client on the other end. One of my potential clients recently said, you called me back within 2 hours. I haven't heard a phone call from anybody, and I've been calling people for 3 days. So you still look professional, and I acknowledge receipt of an email or a phone call and say, I'd like to make an appointment to talk to you as soon as I have the full time. That, people think that's very professional.
I think in our profession, though, from my experience, if you don't answer that phone call, they're not going to leave a message and they're going to call the next person on the list. They want answers now.
Yeah.
They don't want to wait. You know.
Yeah. And that does cause a dilemma for you, because then it backs you up as far as what you've got planned for the day. So maybe that's something we can talk about. Is how can we handle it? Because the interruptions definitely hurt us. Do you have some comment?
I was waving it up there.
Okay.
She waved at me.
Oh, I did not. Okay. I thought he wanted to talk. Okay, any more? Let's see. Okay, we can talk about this. Managing the paperwork, scheduling things to do. So learning how to schedule things to do is one of the many items that and how to block off enough time in my calendar to accomplish certain tasks. One of the things that I suggest is do the task once and set a timer. And time yourself. How fast can you do it, or how long does it take to do it? And then when you're blocking off time on your calendar to accomplish something, then block off an extra 15 minutes just in case you have an interruption. Allow yourself a little bit of extra time to do something. Like, I have a folder in my box on my desk that says to input. And that means all the receipts that I have that need to be input into QuickBooks. And I allow myself 30 minutes a week to do that. And I have an office day. It's either Monday or Friday every week. And I block off a half hour to 45 minutes to do that. I also reconcile my bank statements. I reconcile credit card statements. If you don't do that, sometimes you find out that somebody's charging on your card. So it's up to you. Nobody else can check it. So it's up to you to be responsible for that kind of situation. Did you have a pink card? Yes. Okay. Okay. Receipts that we're trying to keep track of. I have a manila folder inside my 2B input hanging file in my hot action file box, and the manila folder is labeled possible returns. So if it comes to a point in time when I do not return an item, then I can add that receipt to my regular filing system. That separates the receipts of something, you know, like you might buy something at Best Buy and not know if it's going to be the right item, it's going to work for you. So you might put that receipt in possible returns until you're positive, yeah, I'm keeping it, I'm not taking it back. Then it can be filed with your other typical receipts. You need to be able to separate and identify items that are odd like that, because otherwise, if you just put it on the corner of your desk, it's going to disappear. I tell people, don't give me a small piece of paper. I guarantee you I will lose it. I know me that I lose a small piece of paper. So if you give me your business card, I will put it in my pocket and it will go into my system as soon as I get back to my desk. Okay, does anybody have any other questions that I can answer for you? Obviously, I'm available to come and help you. I love working with small business owners. I love training. I'm a cheerleader. I love to show you that organizing can be fun. It doesn't have to be tedious. It doesn't have to be hard. And it's going to make you more successful from day one. I've had clients call me and say, within 2 weeks after I was there, their business doubled. A lot of it was their attitude. A lot of it was their space and their people. Psychotherapist said, my God, the phone started ringing. I think it's because my space was clear and the world knew they could call me again. So anybody that's having trouble getting clients, maybe that would help. It increases the flow. I'm going to do a drawing. Anybody who did not fill out a pink card needs to give me your business card if you'd like to be a winner